The inability for many to purchase a home in this province is once again an issue that the political parties are grappling with, each of them introducing promises as part of their platform for this coming election.
In this moment, I think housing is really one of the top priorities. And we also saw that in the federal election too. Like, people are worried about housing in a way that I don't think that we have seen recently.
Housing prices have continued to climb over the last couple of years, and so each of the parties fighting for your vote have had to make it a priority in the wake of a public health crisis.
There's a moment now where people are starting to look beyond the pandemic, and the pandemic has also put a pressure on the housing system that we haven't seen before. And so I think people are starting to feel the urgency now of a very sort of uncertain time, and the housing market really sort of continuing to rise in a way that nobody had seen.
Ontario is one of the most expensive places on earth for housing. Home prices have tripled in the last 10 years.
The Ontario Real Estate Association has now released its suggestions for provincial parties to help solve the housing crisis with its own A Home for Everyone platform. CEO and former provincial PC party leader Tim Hudak says among the best ways to do so is simply build more places for people to live.
The best plan forward is to create more supply, more homes people can actually afford. That means starter homes for first-time buyers, move-up homes when the kids come along, you need a bit more space, and also quality rentals. So I'd prioritize those areas.
The Conservative, NDP, and Liberals have now all pledged they will build 1.5 million homes over 10 years. Among the other suggestions the OREA is making, ending exclusionary zoning and allowing more to be built in high-density areas, much like Toronto has done already, plus pushing more money to those who have to shell out in the meantime.
We're calling for a doubling of the land transfer tax rebate or eliminate it altogether for first-time home buyers. That will help level the playing field and give them a fair shot at getting a great place to call home.
The province's Real Estate Association estimates 10 out of 36 markets in Ontario has an average home price of over $1 million.
It used to be defined, I think, even just a few years ago as very much of an urban thing. And so parties that had a strong presence in urban centers were maybe more concerned with housing. I think that's always been a bit of a myth.
Last month, a Leger poll saw more than half of the respondents saying that housing is a top election issue this time around, even more so than economic recovery, and only second to the rising cost of gas and groceries. Mark McAllister, City News.